Junie be first grader. Jingle bells, Batman smells, P.S. so does me. Chapter 9, The Bestest Gifts. The next morning, Mother gave me a $5 bill for the gift shop. I looked at it in my hand. Big whoop, I said. I don't actually recommend saying that comment. I got marched to my room for a timeout. When I was there, I unzipped my backpack and I checked my coal. It was still safe and sound in its plastic baggie. After that, I got the $5 Grandpa Miller gave me and I added it to Mother's money. And I hid all of my dollars in the bottom of my shoe. Hiding money in your shoe is a good way to keep it safe from pickpocket people. I saw that on the Travel Channel. But I must have done something wrong, I think. On account of my dollars got very wadded up at the end of my sock and they pressed against my little piggy toe. That's how come when I got to room 1, I took off my shoe and I rubbed my toe all better. May looked over at me. She made a face and held her nose. That is disgusting, Junie Jones, she said. People should not play with their own stinky feet. I raised my eyebrows, very curious. Then whose stinky feet should we play with, I asked. May put her hands over her ears. I am not going to listen to you today, she said. Today is Secret Santa Day, and I am not going to let you ruin my happy mood. After that, she turned around and she tapped on Lenny's head. Happy Secret Santa Day, Lenny. I can't wait for the party, can you? Lenny started to answer, but May interrupted. I dressed all in red and green today, she said. See my socks? One is red and one is green. See? Lenny stared at her feet. When my grandfather does that, we make him go back and change, he said. May did a giggle. But I did it on purpose, Lenny. See the ribbons on my braids? One is red and one is green, just like my socks. And see, my sweater is green and my dress is red. She stood up and turned around. This is how everyone should dress on Secret Santa Day, she said. Every time I think about our party, it makes my skin prickle. Want to see? She closed her eyes for a second, then she did a little quiver. Whew, I felt it, she said. I felt my skin prickle again. Lenny stared at her. I stared at her too, because I never actually saw her that happy before. You're acting like a nut, I said. How come you're acting like a nut? May started to make a mad face, then very quick, she smiled again. Ha! See that, Junie Jones? See how fast I smiled? Even if you call me names, you can't ruin my happy mood about today. I made the cuckoo sign at her. But May kept right on smiling. Pretty soon the bell rang to start school. Mr. Scary took attendance, and also we did opening ceremonies. Then hooray! He said it was time for room 1 to go to the gift shop. I clapped real loud at that happy news, because pretty soon I would have my very own Squeeze-A-Burp, and that is a dream come true. I sprang out of my chair and I ran to the door. Yay, 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 I'm first in line, I said real joyful. Then I jumped up and down and I twirled all around. Plus also, I skipped to and fro. Mr. Scary said to please settle down, but my feet would not stop bouncing. That's how come Mr. Scary finally gave up on me, and he held my hand, and both of us led room 1 to the gift shop. I zoomed in the door as fast as I could, then I ran straight to table 5. But wait till you hear this. There was only one Squeeze-A-Burp left. I did a gasp at that situation. Then I quick grabbed it, and I hid it in my sweater. And then I zoomed to the gift shop lady speedy fast. Quick, hurry, put it in a bag, I whispered. I don't want people to see me buying this, or they might call me a shellfish. The lady looked odd at me. Then I handed her my money, and she put the burp in a bag, and no one even saw. I hid the bag in my sweater pocket. Then I walked real calm to table 1, and I picked out 5 sets of tattoos. And guess what? Everyone in my family got their own special kind. Because Grandpa Miller got dinosaurs, and Mother got dragons, and Daddy got pirates, and Ollie got kitty cats, and my Grandma Helen Miller got a nice variety of swamp animals. She will love these things, I said. There's a swamp animal to match every occasion. After that, I skipped to the gift lady and I gave her the rest of my money. She put them in my same bag. I smiled when I looked in there. These are the bestest gifts I ever bought, I told her. The gift lady nodded. Yes, she said. Tattoos and a belch. Your family will be delighted. I did a happy giggle. Then I ran to the door of the gift shop and I lined up to go back to room 1. I'm all done, people. I'm all done with my shopping, I called out. May walked by me. This isn't a race, Junie Jones, she said. I made a face at her. Then I sat down on the floor and I waited and waited and waited. Room 1 is the slowest shoppers you ever saw. Then finally, Mr. Scary said it is time to go back to our room. And so everyone lined up behind me and I led them back. All of us were buzzing very much because after lunch would come the party, of course. And the party meant, we get our secret Santa gifts. Mr. Scary hurried to the back of the room. Boys and girls, all of the paper sacks you decorated yesterday are lined up here on the back table. When I call your name, you will walk back there and I'll help you find the right bag, okay? Then you'll secretly drop your secret Santa gift inside and walk back to your desk. He smiled. We don't have much time, so we've got to be orderly, he said. The rest of you will stay busy writing or drawing in your journals, and remember, no peeking. He called Lucille's name first. She skipped to the front of the room and did a twirl. This is just in case anyone missed seeing my expensive party dress today, she said. Then she skipped to the back of the room with her gift shop bag. I looked over at May. She was getting out her journal and not paying attention to me. Very sneaky, I reached my hand into my backpack and I pulled out the baggie with her coal inside. Then I bent over, very secret, and I dropped the coal in my gift shop bag. The plastic made a crinkle sound. May turned her head to see. I smiled. She was too late. The coal was ready to go.